Praise the Lord, everyone. Today let us know some key principles regarding roles of wife in marriage life as per the Bible. Today's our topic is the role of the wife according to Bible. The Bible provides guidance on the roles and responsibilities of wives in marriage. As the partner of the husband and mother of the children, the wife plays a critical role in building a healthy and godly family. In this podcast, we will explore 10 roles of a wife as outlined in the Bible, with examples from the Old Testament of godly women who embodied these roles. First, helpmate. The first role of a wife is to be a helpmate to her husband, providing support, encouragement, and assistance in all areas of life. In Genesis 2:18, God said, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him." The example of a godly helpmate is seen in Abigail, who provided wise counsel and support to her husband, Nabal, in 1 Samuel 25. Second, companion. A wife must also be a companion and friend to her husband, providing love, respect, and companionship. In Song of Solomon, we see a beautiful expression of the love and companionship between a husband and wife. Third, keeper of the home. A wife should also be the primary caregiver of the home, responsible for keeping the household running smoothly and efficiently. In Proverbs 31:27, we see the example of the wife of noble character, who watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Fourth, nurturer of children. A wife is also called to be a nurturer of children, providing love, guidance, and instruction to her children. In Proverbs 1:8-9, we see the example of a mother's instruction. "Listen, my son, to your father's instruction, and do not forsake your mother's teaching. They are a garland to grace your head and a chain to adorn your neck." In the Bible, Jochebed, the mother of Moses, lovingly cared for her son and trusted God to protect him. Exodus 2:1-10. Fifth, respectful and submissive. A wife should also show respect and submission to her husband's leadership, as outlined in Ephesians 5:22-24. Wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands, as you do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. Now as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husbands in everything. In the Bible, Abigail, the wife of Nabal, showed respect and submission to King David, even when her husband was foolish and disrespectful. 1 Samuel 25. Sixth, modest and virtuous. A wife should also strive to be modest and virtuous, reflecting the character of God in her life. In Proverbs 31:10, we see the example of the wife of noble character, who is praised for her virtue. A wife of noble character who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. In the Bible, Rebecca, the wife of Isaac, exemplified modesty and purity in her character and behavior. Genesis 24:15-21. Seventh, faithful and trustworthy. A wife must remain faithful and trustworthy to her husband, even during times of hardship and temptation. In the book of Ruth, we see the example of Ruth's faithfulness to her mother-in-law, Naomi, and her commitment to staying with her husband, even in the face of adversity. Eighth, wise and discerning. A wife should also be wise and discerning, using her knowledge and understanding to make good decisions and provide guidance to her family. In Proverbs 31:26, we see the example of the wife of noble character, who is praised for her wisdom. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. Ninth, forgiving and merciful. A wife should also be forgiving and merciful, demonstrating the love and compassion of God in her relationships. In Genesis 20, we see the example of Sarah, who forgave her husband Abraham for lying about her identity, even when it put her in danger. 10th, prayer warrior. Lastly, a wife should be a prayer warrior, lifting up her family, her husband, and her own needs to God in prayer. In 1 Samuel 1, we see the example of Hannah, who fervently prayed for a child and dedicated him to God's service when he was born. The roles of a wife, as outlined in the Bible, are critical for building a healthy and godly family. From being a helpmate and companion to a nurturer of children and a prayer warrior, a wife plays a vital role in fulfilling God's plan for marriage. By looking to the examples of godly women in the Old Testament, wives today can strive to fulfill these roles and build a strong foundation for their marriages. May God bless you.